Whenever I suggest that someone who needs extra money looks into the option of creating an income for themselves, and there are many ways to do that, when they're honest, some of them will let me know that they're scared. Because when you have a job, that paycheck is coming no matter what. And you know what? No matter what sometimes means you didn't put out real effort. You probably didn't even show up. And so no matter what trumps doing whatever it takes. And some people really aren't prepared to do whatever it takes. They want to get, but not necessarily give 100%. Now, that's not the case for everybody, but a lot of people truly are scared at the idea of going into business for themselves or doing anything where they become responsible for the outcome, especially if the outcome is money. So today I saw this post that my friend Robert put out there, and it's a quote from Bill Cosby, and it says, "In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure." Well, it's true and it's awesome. But what I immediately saw were two options: the fear of failure or the desire to succeed. And in other words, what Bill is saying is that the desire to succeed should exceed your fear of failure. But that puts two options on the table. And most people tend to see failure as an option. Now, I have my own acronym for FAIL, fail. You know what that is? Forget about it, love. Forget about it, love. That's Trudy's phrase. Forget about it, love. Because guess what, guys? If you put failure as an option, failure will be an option. Now, the fear of failure starts with the fear part, okay? Now, I went to the Bible and I did a research for the keyword fear not, and it comes up 170 times in the King James Version. But I want to tell you, if you are a Christian, fear is not something of God, because here over in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, it says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." The spirit of fear is not of God. So if you are a Christian and you sense fear, it is not of God. And so for me, I found that I've become more and more and more fearless. I am almost like a bull in a china shop. Sometimes I will brazenly go in. Now, that does not mean I don't feel uncomfortable and out of my zone and all that. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is I know that God's got my back. And on top of it, if he's called me to do something, it is bigger than me. Because if I could do it, I would do it. I wouldn't need him, right? But when you're called to a passion, something that really interests you, something that you have a talent and interest in, it is a really good clue of where you should be putting your time, energy, and focus. And too many of you are stuck in jobs you absolutely hate. Okay, so the fear of failure versus the desire for succeed are two options on the table. But for me, guys, I'm going to say, if you are a Christian, I'm going to suggest to you that the moment you feel fear, understand it is not of God. God did not give us a spirit of fear. So don't let fear be an option to your desire to succeed. So I just wanted to leave that with you guys, because it sounds good, and it is true for the world, because they have to rely on themselves, okay? So they have to look for self-power, and under self-power, then you will have to make a decision about your desire to succeed versus your fear of failure. But when you have God at your back, God paving the way, honestly, guys, that moment of discomfort is a clue to just raise your hands in surrender and say, God, you got to take care of this. You got to do this for me. So I just wanted to really leave that for you. So, for those of you who are open to exploring that extra income, that lifestyle upgrade, that abundance that God has called us to live, that life of vibrancy, then I'm going to invite you to consider joining the Debt Free Wealth team. It is absolutely not for everybody, and I don't want toxicity in my space. So I am not working with everybody. But if you think that you'd like to be on the Debt Free Wealth team, it is not something you can sign up for, but it is something that we can talk about. So there'll be a link here below this video that you can fill up the form, and we'll just have a relaxed chat. No biggie, no expectations, no specific outcomes. But guys, if you're a Christian, I'm going to suggest to you to take the fear of failure off the table, off the table. And let me just leave you once again with this. For God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Trudy Beerman here. I'm super simple to find at trudybeerman.com. And I look forward to connecting with you.